I've had a really, I think, wonderful career so far in space because I've been able to meet so many really talented people. And I think my team, I'm so fortunate to have what I feel is the best team in the industry. It's growing. We have now hundreds of people who are engaged in our different programs. I think as we look forward to it, sometimes we have to step back and realize how amazing what we do is. I'll take this year as an example. A few months ago, we were part of the mission to Jupiter. We've been part of the mission that is mapping the face of the moon right now. Next month in November, we're going to be part of the Mars Science Lab that's going to be going up to Mars. And to start thinking about the fact that we're reaching out to these distant places with the work that we do within our company is one of the most amazing things that I feel. I look up at the sky and say, we're going to land on that little star in 8 months. And it's a pretty amazing feeling. I have had the chance to lead for several years the Commercial Spaceflight Federation as the chairman. And watching that organization and that sector of the industry grow up from where it was to where it is now. I believe there were 12 or 14 companies engaged when I started, and there are over 55 now that are members of the organization. And that's just a really great thing to see, that people are being part of something and they're seeing that this is an industry that's growing. And maybe a lot of people these days feel like this is a negative time, and it certainly is a time of big change. But I believe, I'm more of an optimist about this. I think that the change that's happening is what's necessary to enable the next phase of the space industry. We're doing some pretty great things right now, despite all the things that are perhaps challenging to us in budgets and government overviews. We have several companies who are building commercial spaceflight vehicles for cargo and crew. We have missions going around the universe. We have new technologies like small satellites that are becoming real and becoming useful. And I just think it's just a great time in the industry. And we're fortunate in Sierra Nevada to be at the forefront of a number of those things in terms of commercial crew and bringing the U.S. back to space in a manned way. We have one of the leading small satellite companies that are deploying constellations of satellites. Our rocket motors are being developed for the Virgin Galactic program and the first commercial tourism program. And we have a large group of technology development that is enabling major missions like the Curiosity rover, where we're doing the descent braking system that will allow that whole mission to land on Mars. And this is just in this year. So it's a great time for us, and what I do and any success that I have is only enabled because of the great team of people we have around us. And right now my job is just to make sure they get all the time and energy necessary to go out and do these things.
Aside from some of the milestones we talked about for Dream Chaser, what are any other goals or objectives that you hope to achieve in the next year?
We have a number of interesting milestones coming up. We are building a large satellite constellation that's going to have its first launch we think late this year, early next year. Will be the first satellite launch off the Falcon 9. And that's, I think, both the Falcon 9 and its deployment of a satellite and our satellite constellation, which could grow as large as 48 satellites over time, is just we think, a really fun, amazing project as well. And we have other people that we work with, like SpaceX and virtually everyone in the industry, but there's some interesting stuff going on all over. And to be that first satellite and to be enabling that constellation is going to be, we think, a really terrific activity.